I would say there's anything's possible always, certainly that if Hendrick welcomed me back, I would go back.
NASCAR fans, we've got some crazy silly season news that's got everyone talking. It seems like it is 2022 all over again because we have Kyle Busch free agency rumors again. Silly season just got a whole lot sillier with whispers of Kyle Busch possibly returning to Joe Gibbs Racing. With all that has happened with Busch this season, and Martin Truex Jr.'s retirement announcement, could he be heading back to Joe Gibbs Racing? How will this shake up the future for Richard Childress Racing? Let's break down all the rumors and see what's what. So, this juicy tidbit comes from PRN with Lee Spencer, who got the scoop straight from the horse's mouth. Spencer asked Kyle Busch about his contract situation for next year, and Busch confirmed he's still under contract with RCR, a 2-year deal with an option. But here's the kicker. Had things been different, he could have been first in line to go back to Joe Gibbs Racing.
I asked Kyle Busch, what's your contract situation for next year? And he said, I'm still under contract. He signed a deal that was 2 years and an option, and I verified that with the front office at RCR. Had that not been the case, my guess is he would have been first in line to go back to Joe Gibbs Racing, but now that is another seat that's open.
It's a bit shocking, especially considering how things ended in 2022, the drama with RCR, Ty Gibbs moving up, and the whole sponsorship saga. But with Martin Truex Jr. announcing his retirement after 2024, there might be a golden opportunity for Busch to slip back into that coveted seat. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Richard Childress owns the option for Busch's 3rd year in 2025, and he's got no reason to let him go. Busch is still a top-tier driver, pulling off wins with RCR's not-so-top-tier equipment. The team would be nuts to let him walk away. But think about this, with Truex retiring, opening up the number 19 car at Joe Gibbs, they could easily rebrand it back to the number 18 if Busch comes back. It's a big if though, because there's a mountain of hurdles. Love NASCAR as much as we do? Hit that subscribe button and join our community of NASCAR enthusiasts for the latest racing news, rumors, and updates. The current Richard Childress Racing driver earned his props in the sport, driving for Coach Gibbs's racing outfit, achieving a majority of his career wins and 2 Cup Series championships during his tenure. After a public breakdown of their relationship after the 2022 season, both Busch and JGR parted ways due to an inability to come to a sponsor agreement for the NASCAR veteran. With Busch's recent struggles at RCR, the Las Vegas native addressed the possibility of a patch-up with his previous employers.
I would say there's anything's possible always, certainly that if I was welcomed, I would go back. If Hendrick welcomed me back, I would go back. But right now I'm at RCR with my group of guys and in the deal that I have right now in place. And so we're trying to work and build this program and make RCR great again.
The 39-year-old driver also confirmed his contract with Richard Childress Racing outfit for the next season of racing as of now. It remains to be seen if JGR and Kyle Busch could reconcile. If the same were to happen, it would bring back an era for Busch that saw him unabashedly dominate in the sport, building his rowdy image over the years. But then there's the big sponsorship game. Kyle Busch left Joe Gibbs last time because of sponsorship issues. At RCR, Busch has a full season of sponsorship. If Childress lets him go, who's gonna back Busch at Joe Gibbs? Base Pro Shops? Maybe. But it's a tight squeeze fitting all these pieces together. While talking to the reporters at the Iowa Speedway recently, Kyle Busch revealed how he felt about his contemporaries like Martin Truex Jr. leaving the Cup Series arena.
It's evolution, I guess, of how, this sport happens. I mean, Jeff Gordon came in at 22, 23, and he left at 43 something. So I'm not too far behind. I know my days are numbered.
Busch is a 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Besides 63 Cup race wins, he also holds the record for most wins in both the Xfinity, 102, and the Truck Series, 66. He has a combined 231 victories in all 3 national racing series of NASCAR. It has been over 2 decades since Busch was ushered into the arena of NASCAR. He started in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series as the replacement driver for Nathan Hasiliu, behind the wheel of the number 99 Roush Fenway Racing Mustang. Busch switched to Hendrick Motorsports as a development driver in 2003. The following year, Busch recorded 5 wins in the NASCAR Busch Series as a part-timer for HMS. His first start as a full-time driver in a National Series race was in 2005. Busch used to drive the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports back then. Busch left HMS in 2007 and joined Joe Gibbs Racing, where he spent the next 15 years of his glorious career. If one is to speculate about such a development months ago, it would have been deemed as a joke, but after clinching 2 titles with the team, Busch's campaign with Joe Gibbs and Toyota started to grow sour, and after his primary sponsor, Mars Inc. gave out, withdrawing themselves from the role, this opened the door for Busch's departure from the team. This, along with JGR's and Toyota's inability to land a worthy sponsor, added to the trouble, eventually forcing the Rowdy to bid farewell to his boss and team that earned him the 2015 and 2019 titles. The shaky relationship between the driver, team owner, and manufacturer was pretty evident in Busch's performance. Following his championship run that earned him his second title in 2019, Busch could only manage 4 wins in 3 seasons compared to the 5 in 2019. While things were becoming more and more stressful for ardent Busch fans, no one anticipated such a switch from Toyota to Chevy, and certainly did not foresee Busch partnering with Richard Childress, considering the two's past altercation. Finally, the gates were open for Busch, who, when asked about the sudden turn of events and the loss of his primary sponsor, said, "The only thing I can say to that is, it didn't happen. Apparently they've got other irons in the fire. Maybe other sponsors for other drivers, and that's the road they're going down." This meant that Busch would have to part with his championship-winning crew chief, Adam Stevens. With Busch making his exit, Joe Gibbs promoted his grandson, Ty Gibbs, as Busch's replacement in the renumbered 54 car, a move many deemed too early for the 20-year-old Xfinity sensation. Lack of sponsorship was reportedly the biggest factor in Busch's free agency process, and lack of a deal with Joe Gibbs Racing, with longtime partner M&M's set to leave the sport after a 3-decade-plus relationship. While JGR tried to sign Oracle to sponsor the 2-time Cup Series champion, the deal fell through, and the Toyota organization was comfortable letting Busch sign with another team which could compile a portfolio of sponsors. But let's play the what-if game. Busch finishes his RCR deal, and voila, he slides back into the 18 car. No fuss, no drama, just a smooth transition. But that's a big if. Real talk though, is this even realistic? It was mentioned on a big NASCAR show, and Spencer got the info directly from Busch. But with his contract still ongoing with RCR, it will still be more time for this move to happen. Here's the bottom line. Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing have some unfinished business. They had a killer run together, 2 Cup championships in 4 years. There's a lot of potential if they reunite, but also a ton of challenges. So, what do you think about it? Do you think Kyle Busch should make the best with RCR, or make a big move back to JGR? Is there a chance we'll see Kyle Busch back in that iconic number 18 car? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on. Lucky dog on track.